Yanshao is alive with New Year's festivities. The bustling crowd weaves a tapestry of excitement in the streets. A newly opened restaurant stands. Rows of large red lanterns line the front.
Congratulations on your grand opening. May your establishment be blessed with numerous customers as clouds and wealth flow like a spring.
Thank you for your patronage and well wishes. As the restaurant's proprietor, I welcomed people before me. Opening this restaurant is merely a front, however. Its true purpose is to collect intel from the customers. This scheme isn't something I came up with alone. A voice calls out and I turn.
In Jianghu, a full stomach is an important matter. We could make peach and plum braised ribs our signature dish.
The chef warned me that if our menu gets any more creative, he is going to pack his belongings and quit.
Never mind. What a pity.
The Sword Discourse Tournament is the most prestigious event to material artists and it's organized by highly respected grandmasters. The tournament's elders know they must let the new replace the old, so they will be watching the talents in Yanshao. Eligible candidates who can succeed the elders are outstanding figures from prestigious sects. These changes will significantly impact the hierarchy in the Wulin. Before the final round of selection begins, several respected martial artists have been invited to serve as impartial witnesses aside from the candidates. Xavier and I are in Yanshao at the request of an elder from the Sword Discourse Tournament. We know him well. He temporarily entrusted us with managing a restaurant and asked us to pose as ordinary proprietors. On the surface, we welcome and serve various martial artists, but we are secretly investigating the reputation of each candidate.
Anyone can put on the airs of a great hero when they're the center of attention. When people share drinks and let their guard down, they'll reveal glimpses of their true nature. The elders may be stepping down to enjoy retirement, but they're as shrewd as ever. This was part of their plan.
With our Sword Discourse Tournament token in hand and no interest in the power struggle, we're trustworthy choices for the task of gathering intel.
Let's enjoy the festivities while earning some travel money. We need to play our parts for now. Since New Year's will soon be upon us, how does letting me cook the New Year's Eve feast sound?
It's only the beginning. I don't suppose I will have to mediate a dispute between you and our chef already. The festive atmosphere is more evident in the streets. I hang up plum blossom painting that wards of winter's chill beside the restaurant's entrance. Glancing at the neighboring establishment, I note the revolving lanterns casting flowing shadows. The building across from us has gold-embossed plaques. Clerks beat drums and gongs. We have only started to do business and we are already losing in terms of presentation.
The painting is good. By the time every plum blossom is filled with color, spring will arrive. When plants and trees flourish with new life, we'll welcome heroes from all corners of the world.
A farmer carrying goods on his shoulder pole passes by. When he sees Xavier, his eyes suddenly light up with excitement.
Oh my! If it isn't young Master Xavier! My child fell from a tree a few days ago. I'm grateful that you were quick enough to catch him.
I did what I could. You don't need to be so polite.
While they are still exchanging pleasantries, an old woman with silver hair approaches. She trembles as she leans on her walking stick.
Young man, it's been a long time since I last saw you.
How have you been? Is your herb business doing well?
Yes. Fortunately, you found my medicine basket that had all the life-saving herbs for winter.
The restaurant is immediately filled with people from the surrounding area. Most have received help from Xavier at some point and are now bringing friends to support our establishment. I grab a clean white towel. As Xavier is surrounded by people talking to him, I quietly drape it over his shoulder.
What are you doing?
Starting today, our restaurant's representative will be none other than young hero Xavier, who's beloved by all. This is where your talents truly shine. Stop obsessing over the kitchen. Inside the private dining room, a glowing stove and the rich aroma of wine await.
You have your sword. Don't tell me you'll use the wine to set the mood for a duel.
That was my plan. Unfortunately, this place is too small. I can't swing a weapon around.
Our duel might not be with swords, but cups are certainly an option.
Are you talking about a dueling? After more than 10 rounds of the drinking game, the warm wine has found its way into my stomach. Meanwhile, Xavier barely drank a cup or two. I don't believe you can guess correctly again. The last round is upon us. I grab another handful of roasted seeds and hide them in my palm. Is it an odd or even number? An incorrect guess means you must drink.
Even.
You're acting decisively again. I open my palm and start counting, but out of the corner of my eye, I see seeds falling from Xavier's sleeve.
You're done counting? Since it's an even number, drink.
How has your Cloud's flower pluck been as of late?
There's nothing much to brag about.
I move closer to Xavier and pick up the few seeds that are by his feet as evidence. I'd say you're a master now. No wonder your guesses were accurate. You manipulated the numbers. Since when did you resort to cheating in front of... Before I can finish, he tips the last cup of wine into my mouth.
I remember all the times I've cheated. You can avenge yourself next time. But this wine will warm you up, and I couldn't possibly drink it by myself. How do you feel?
I'm warmer, but aren't you cold? There isn't a drop left.
Yes, I'm freezing. Since we ran out of wine, I need to find another method to warm myself.
Before I can react, I'm pulled into his embrace. The lingering scent of wine surrounds me.
This is extremely effective, and more useful than hand warmers or hot wine.
That night we head to the docks for the boat festival under a bright moon and gentle breeze. As the ornate lanterns begin to glow, we hear faint music and singing. Whenever our small boat is near others, people will lean out of their vessel to offer blessings.
May you be blessed with peace and joy.
Thank you. May all of you experience fair winds and smooth waters with good health and peace in the years to come.
Well wishes echo back and forth, resembling the dazzling Milky Way. Countless lights from homes along the shore are reflected on the water's surface. Our small boat floats with the current, and we reach a vast expanse of reeds. Feeling warm from the wine, I break off a stem to use as a sword and swing it towards Xavier. Xavier continues drinking and tilts his head as the reed brushes past his ear.
A sneak attack. Who taught you that?
His cup flies from his hand. I dodge and catch a glimpse of what appears to be an opening where his arm bends. But when I move closer, I'm caught off guard as he pulls me into his arms. It was a trap. And now you know? I must have picked up such a habit because I spent time with you.
But my specialty is turning confrontation into harmony.
Xavier takes the reed from my hand and lazily twirls it between his fingers.
You picked a good one. Take it back and make a whistle with it.
Whether it's the most refined sword techniques or the most obscure crafts, I doubt there's anything you're unaware of.
Even for something as simple as this, making it requires understanding the subtleties and techniques involved. For me, the difference between crafting a whistle and mastering supreme forms of martial arts isn't as vast as most people think.
If I were one of the Sword Discourse Tournament's elders, I'd entrust you with the task of evaluating the candidates.
Why?
Martial artists inevitably chase after techniques. Perhaps those who aren't contained by notions of power can truly glimpse an authentic essence. Xavier takes out a bamboo leaf, presses it to his lips, and begins to play. The whistle's serene melody drifts away with the breeze. Feeling tipsy, I rest in his embrace. The moon seems to sway, but Xavier's features become increasingly clear to me.
What are you looking at?
The full moon. See? It's beautiful tonight. Xavier looks up. The moon is a thin crescent, and when he turns to look at me, his smile shines brighter than moonlight.
I only see a crescent moon.
Appreciating scenery isn't only about what you see. You must take into account your state of mind.
I wouldn't have guessed my junior had a poetic side. But I had the same experience. No matter where I go, the moon is always with me. But it's rare to find someone to watch it with. Beautiful moonlight only exists because she's by my side wherever I go.
The moon and its reflection in the water blur in my tipsy haze. It shatters into a river of shimmering silver scales. Xavier, you have incredible skills. Could you pluck the moon for me? Between sleep and wakefulness, I hear him say yes. The sound of his leaf whistle plays again, and it gently envelopes me. I enter the courtyard while holding a lantern, but I don't see anyone. Instead, there is a small suspicious figure lurking near my bok choy. Who's digging near my lucky, prosperous, blessing, wealth-bringing pak choy? I crouch down to get a closer look. The culprit is a familiar round rabbit. Lady Wrong.
Since when did your bok choy receive an elegant name? It's long, too.
I can tell these 4 bok choy apart, so I just gave them all the same name in one go. So, the old friend you mentioned is Lady Wrong?
With New Year's approaching, Miss Liu arrived in Yunsha to visit her family. This is a perfect chance to help Lady Rong gain some weight.
Xavier and I wave to the rabbit. To my surprise, she bounced into my arms.
Why is she more attached to you? Do you have a talent for attracting rabbits?
I pat Lady Wrong. In spite of your stargazing, you didn't predict the calamity of being abandoned by a rabbit.
I might have seen it. But my interpretation methods are different from other feng shui practitioners. You can say I've created my own school of thought.
Why do you feel as though your school practices techniques in creating nonsense?
You don't believe me? Then let's look up together. I'll interpret the stars for you.
Which one represents your destiny?
That new one above us. It's the brightest guest star. The star belongs nowhere, and its orbit is impossible to calculate. It's a voyager amongst celestial bodies as it drifts from distant horizons.
It has traveled great distances. Should it have found a place to rest in?
The stars and clouds glow with auspicious signs tonight. It means the star has finally found a home.
Xavier moves closer with the lantern, its warm yellow glow washing over my eyebrows and eyelashes as he looks at me.
When the star entered your line of sight, he decided to stop his journey.
Two figures step through the doorway. The burly man with a thick beard has the build of a warrior, broad shoulders and a powerful frame. Behind him is a tall, skinny man wearing a menacing expression.
Who's the owner of this place?
I don't believe we have met before. What brings you here?
You know the rules. Pay up to avoid trouble. The Iron Claw gang will take 20% of your profits each month. In exchange, we ensure your establishment remains and thrives.
So you're here to extort me. What if I refuse to pay? The skinny man sneers coldly as his whip unfurls like a silver snake. The bearded man draws his spiked mace. Seeing these weapons, the people in the restaurant panic.
Don't blame us for what happens next.
I need to protect the customers. I will intimidate them into backing down. I draw my sword first, its key cutting through the air like a beam of light piercing the sun. By the time everyone comes to their senses, broken fragments from the whip and mace lie scattered across the floor.
Your technique! Are you from the Lansing sect?
The skinny man hesitates, but the bearded man proves himself to be reckless.
What are you afraid of? 30 of us are waiting outside. Not even a fly will escape this place.
Anger screams erupt from the outside. Bodies crash through the wooden door. They tumble and I can see bruised faces and swollen eyes. They are piled up in a disheveled heap on the floor.
I'm back with the supplies.
Through the swirling dust, a figure swiftly appears. He's carrying a bamboo cage with a white goose honking loudly.
Come now, Sir Goose. I just took you along for a few moves, so don't be angry. Not a single feather was harmed.
And who are you? Why do you look familiar? State your name.
I'm but an ordinary attendant. If you're here as patrons, our humble establishment will serve you with sincerity. But if you're disrupting our business, I'm afraid I won't be so courteous.
The two gang leaders, arrogant and domineering, are quickly subdued along with their wailing henchmen. The Ironclaw gang is captured in one fell swoop.
Have you calculated the damages?
Let me see. Spilled drinks, and the compensation for the frightened customers.
Don't forget to include my century-old ancestral wooden door.
It's 100 years old? Wasn't that door built when we opened?
It could have peacefully lasted for 100 years if it weren't for them.
Who's extorting whom now?
With so many martial artists gathered in Yunsha, it's inevitable that rats will try their luck. I heard from the locals that the Ironclaw gang has been bullying others these past few days. Today is perfect for making them pay back everything they've taken, with interest.
Xavier walks out and returns with a bulging pouch with money. We distribute compensation to the locals who were victims and keep enough to repair our establishment. I write a new rule on the wooden sign in the main hall. No brawls allowed. There.
That works. If one must fight, do it outside.
The flower market is as bright as dazzling daylight. Fireworks burst across the horizon like stars raining down upon the world. Look! What's that purple flower pattern? I don't think I've seen it before. He doesn't respond. I turn and see Xavier is no longer by my side. Xavier? Xavier! A bell dangles gently before my eyes. I raise my head only to be greeted by Xavier's smile.
You miss me already?
Did you buy this bell? It looks similar to the one I'm wearing.
Yes. I chose one that would match yours. So could you help me put it on?
Hang golden bells for the new year. Ward off evil spirits. Bring in wealth and good fortune.
It's also a lucky charm. Little bell, I will be relying on you to keep Xavier safe. I hang the bell on Xavier's waist and secure it with an elegant knot.
You're the reason why I'll receive protection. And it'll be more than a mere bell. Since we're discussing this matter, I should be the one to tie your bell.
Within seconds, Xavier takes the bell from my waist and deliberately reattaches it with a firm, tight knot. Does it need to be tightly tied? Will this actually bring you more good luck?
Of course. Since we agreed to journey through mountains and seas together, these two bells will be keepsakes that bind us to each other. On the path we walk, we'll encounter situations like tonight, where we unexpectedly lose each other. When that happens, and if you can't find me again, ring your bell.
And then? Xavier caresses my cheek as falling fireworks converge into a galaxy behind him.
Stay where you are. You don't need to do anything else. When you hear the sound of the other bell, it means I found you.
Xavier performs in front of the restaurant to attract customers. To maintain our cover, he uses sword techniques from various martial arts schools.
Passing martial artists can't help but feel the need to test their skills when they see me. And I shall accept every challenge that comes my way. If they win, they can drink to celebrate. Otherwise, they may drown their sorrows in alcohol. Our business benefits in either case.
True. We already have an establishment full of dejected young heroes. Seeing how our restaurant is filled with customers, our competitors can't stay idle and spend a considerable amount to hire performance troops. We decided to check out the excitement. Why don't you learn these tricks? I'd like to see you perform.
Do you truly want me to have stones broken on my chest? Since we left our sect, I'm the only senior you still have.
Suddenly, a troupe of graceful dancers in colorful attire appears. It's an illusion performance troupe. Captivating, they make half of the people on the street stop to watch. The lead illusionist tosses a ball of red paper toward me. The paper burns in midair and transforms into a festive paper cutting. It's the character Fu, symbolizing good fortune. Remarkable! I'm impressed. I'm about to step forward and take it, then Xavier grasps my hand.
It's crowded. Be careful not to get separated.
He catches the floating paper cutting, his gaze falling on the illusionist's white sleeves. The joy of a knowing smile flashes in his eyes.
It's a sleight of hand. Since there's no danger, you can take it. You're going to buy some items, yes? There's a matter that requires my attention. We'll meet after I'm done.
On my way back, I think about Xavier's expression earlier. He's hiding a new plan.
Hey.
I turn to find Xavier has appeared beside me before I realized it. He reaches for my ear and a white feather appears from his fingertips. What are you doing?
Blow on it.
I do as he says and it bursts into flames. Before the sparks dissipate, a pigeon flutters out from Xavier's hands. What? Xavier places the pigeon in the palm of my hand. Then he raises his hand and produces 2 more feathers to repeat the same magical process. 2 pigeons fly out one after another. One perches on my left wrist while the other lands on my right shoulder. They flap their wings. When did you learn this? Don't tell me... Was it when we collected the paper cutting of the character Fu?
If I was going to perform for you, I'd rather learn something like this. I wanted to capture your gaze, and it had to be where you'd be too astonished to blink. It seems the lesson I taught myself wasn't too bad.
Upon closer inspection, I realized these pigeons are the ones we use to send reports to the elders. So you return to the restaurant?
The hardest part of this trick is finding partners who are willing to cooperate. When I fed them millet, we reached an agreement. We'd work together to create a unique surprise that could make our proprietor happy.
The snow stops as night settles. Xavier and I venture into the forest as we look for plum blossoms. Behind him, I carefully step onto the footprints he leaves in the snow. The branches snow makes white plum blossoms almost invisible. Will we be able to find them? With my head lowered, I unexpectedly bump into Xavier when he suddenly stops. Oh!
I believe I helped you see stars rather than flowers.
Noticing the playful glint in his eyes, I make an effort to turn the situation around. I was actually practicing my Qigong, trying not to leave footprints in the snow. I turn and point to the vast snowy field behind us. Only Xavier's footprints are visible. Isn't it impressive?
Indeed. However, do you want me to teach you another technique?
I'm about to agree when my feet leave the ground. I find myself being lifted onto his back.
Now you won't leave any footprints. You've also been spared the trouble of trudging through the snow. I can use your eyes to search those higher places.
Very few shadows stretch across the mountainside. Suddenly, a subtle fragrance catches my attention, and I look up. Xavier, the plant blossoms are here!
It seems tonight's moon is blessing us with its gentle light.
Xavier picks up a broken branch, performs a few sword techniques with it, and then hands it to me. He's smiling. How does my flower handling technique compare to your Cloud's flower pluck?
I'm not sure if I can give a fair evaluation, but I can tell your hands have become much more skilled. You can run a restaurant and pluck one of spring's blossoms. In the future, you'll embrace life's simple joys, but don't forget what's the most special.
The branch sweeps across the snowy ground. With a soft rustle, it stirs up particles, yet his hand's warmth envelops me before the snow can.
Your other hand must always hold on to mine.
Does anyone want to buy a Ronghua? It's for good fortune in the coming year.
This one has a vibrant color. It suits you. And this Ronghua is elegantly understated. It suits you too. Ma'am, could you please wrap them?
He trails off as he bends his finger against a newly purchased bag of sugar-roasted chestnuts. Whoosh! With a flick, plump round chestnuts fly.
Ouch!
Several familiar faces look over awkwardly, their hands covering their foreheads. It's almost the new year. Don't they ever take the time to celebrate?
It's crowded here. Let's lead them elsewhere.
Xavier instantly subdues one of them, grabs him by the collar and leaps away from the crowd. At the end of the long street, we face them with our swords drawn in a deserted alley.
We'll skip the explanation related to why you're here. Time is precious. Let's make this quick.
There's a misunderstanding. We're not here for you.
Xavier frowns, using the tip of his sword to point at the coarse sack hanging from the disciple's waist.
Then how do you explain that? It's used for capturing people.
It's for ring toss at the temple fair. The stall owner gave it to us to carry our rewards, but they were too cumbersome to carry, so we gave them away.
Judging by your skills, I'm guessing you're not here to compete for a position at the tournament? The disciples shake their head vigorously.
We could never be qualified. We wanted to use this opportunity to broaden our horizons, gain some experience.
The tense atmosphere eases slightly. I nudge Xavier. It's a signal to say something to lessen the awkwardness.
You're not here to capture us, and you're not here to compete. I suppose you'd like to give New Year's greetings to your former fellow disciples in advance?
They are momentarily stunned. Then they have a sudden realization and eagerly seize this explanation to save face. Xavier sheaves his sword, a hint of amusement appearing in his eyes.
We shall fulfill our duties as hosts. Our restaurant has warm wine and delicious dishes. Tonight, all grievances shall be set aside. Only drinking and reminiscing about old times is permitted.
As cups clink and stories flow, we reminisce about our days as sect disciples. After several rounds, we realize how late it is. Our former fellow disciples rise to bid us farewell. I lean against the window and watch their figures gradually fade into the distance.
Why are you intently looking at them?
I was recalling the days when we were still part of the Langxing sect. Now everyone has gone their separate ways. Who knows when we will meet again?
Everyone has their own path. All we can do is cherish our time together and wish each other well when we say goodbye.
Will we also part ways someday? Xavier leans in and looks into my eyes as if trying to confirm something very important.
Is the path you're walking now truly what your heart desires?
My life once consisted only of cultivation manuals and sect rules. He was the one who bought the vast, boundless world before me. I found my answer a long time ago. This moment we are sharing is my choice.
Then we're partners who choose each other. Therefore, we don't need to fear separation. Even if life's unpredictable nature separates us for a time, we shall eventually reach the same destination on our different paths, so long as we follow our hearts.
With secret messages, pigeons fly from the restaurant. These observations from the locals become evidence for the elders to select the worthy and promote the capable. On the day when the ceremony concludes, the newly appointed elders stand upon the platform. Although the paths in Jianghu extend almost endlessly and conflicts never cease, they will stand as pillars of strength in this moment and uphold a realm of peace. The elders haven't forgotten the payment they promised us. Aside from a hefty sum for our travels, they also give us a yellowed map. It supposedly leads to a secret realm with breathtaking scenery. Xavier and I exchange a glance before immediately bolting the restaurant's door shut. New adventures always await us on the path ahead. The night before our departure, I go to Xavier's room and gently knock on the door.
Xavier, have you packed your bags yet?
The wooden door creaks open and Xavier mysteriously pulls me inside.
We have a problem. I've lost something of great significance. If I can't find it, I'll be so devastated that I won't be able to eat or sleep. Are you willing to help me in my time of need?
What did you lose exactly?
The New Year's gift I prepared for you. As for what it is, you'll know it when you see it.
The candlelight flickers, light and shadow shift on his profile. I notice the mischievous glint he can't quite hide, and suddenly everything becomes clear.
Based on my extensive experience of falling for your tricks, I'm certain you hid it yourself.
When Xavier is distracted, I move close and begin searching his collar and pockets.
Did you find it?
If it's not on you, then it must be in this room.
Since you can't find it, why don't I try a different approach?
Xavier picks up a mirror and aims it at the moon. As moonlight falls onto its surface, he reaches into it and pulls out an object. It's a night pearl.
Give me your hand.
He places the pearl in my palm. It's akin to a drop of solidified moonlight.
You told me you wanted the moon that night when we were on a boat. I thought about it. I can't pluck the moon from the sky, or its reflection from the water. However, I couldn't bear to disappoint you.
I'm momentarily transported back to the night amongst the reeds, where a leaf whistled song and moonlight entwined us.
I heard from an elder that deep within a secret realm, there's a cold cave where you can see a rare sight called Sinking Moon Jade. This pearl will be perfect for lighting our path. When we find the cave, we can use it to capture the moonlight.
I place the night pearl between us. Its light spreads out and our two shadows are nestled in its glow. His shadow leans toward mine and I'm enveloped in his presence.
In the past, we counted stars across the wilderness and gazed upon the sea of clouds in the southern borderlands. We've traversed snow-capped mountains, vast deserts, boundless seas. I remember every story we've experienced. Yet I still find myself filled with anticipation before each new journey. In the new year, you'll embark on more adventures. As long as we're together, the moon will always illuminate our path. It doesn't matter where our travels take us.
The bright moon shines as mountains and waters stretch. With my partner, I share every dawn and dusk.